What is up, guys? In today's video we got a brand new Fortnite update, and this is the summer update that we've been waiting all season for. Pretty much even the teasers for this season like really teased the summer event, and so we finally got that in today's update. If you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what is your favorite part of this update. We're going to start with what is the most important change, and that is going to be the addition of the prime shotgun. This prime shotgun hits harder if it is fully loaded, and it has 4 bullets in the mag by default. So each bullet you shoot gets progressively weaker, and the more bullets that are in the gun, the more damage it does. Kind of a weird effect. I think this will probably make it best for solos more so than any other game mode, because at least in solos you're typically only fighting one person at a time unless you get like third partied or something. So it's going to be a little more natural or a little easier to keep your gun fully loaded. But even if you have just fought like somebody's teammate, it's not that hard to reload 1 or 2 more shells into your shotgun and get it fully loaded again, because it does only have 4 in the mag, so it should be relatively easy to keep it loaded. The lowest rarity hits for 76 to the body and 125 to the head, while the gold one hits for 92 to the body and 151 to the head. It has a fire rate slightly slower than that of the auto shotgun. The auto shotgun has like a 1.5 fire rate, and I think this shotgun just has a straight up 1, but it is faster than the pump shotgun or like the 2-shot shotgun, which is nice. So it'll be interesting to see how this shotgun plays out. It has an interesting mechanic or like a gimmick, but I feel like this gimmick or mechanic is way more like reasonable to play around than something like we have with like the charge SMG, where it's really inconvenient to use that gun. So the prime shotgun seems like it could be decent. We'll have to see how it plays out in game. There's no sweat challenges and rewards, and if you do these challenges you get several rewards, and these are the only way you'll be able to get these cosmetics. I'll have them on screen now, but the only way you'll get these cosmetics ever is by completing these challenges. So if you don't complete these challenges in the time we have for them, you will never get any of these cosmetics. That's typically how they go with these holiday or time themed events. And we actually did get the summer POI fully developed, so there's now like chairs around the beach, and the skate park is fully built. We didn't get skateboards or anything like that. I know that has been like clickbaited for a while, and I don't even know if that was true or like where that came from, but yeah, it wasn't in this update, even though the skate park POI is fully developed, and we have like a bunch of like stuff on the beach now. I don't really think these map changes change the game too much though. This is never really a spot that I'm ever going to want to land, I don't think. And you can now vote on tilted blocks. This has actually taken way longer than I would have expected for them to add the block into the game. But you can now vote on buildings to be featured as tilted blocks, and we'll eventually get that in-game, which should be interesting. The block is one of my favorite POIs ever. If you guys weren't around back then, the block was each week there would be new creative submissions featured on the block. So one week it might be a Honey I Shrunk the Kid style toy box or food fight area, and the next week it might be an abandoned factory, and the week after that it might be like some weird city. Like it was just something different each week, and they brought the block back this season, but to a smaller degree. You can now build certain buildings in Tilted, so it should be interesting map changes when it's said and done, but the block should be coming in like the next week or so, I would imagine, or relatively soon once people like complete those challenges and fund the locations. The giant beach ball is back. This doesn't really matter at all, but there was a giant beach ball during the summer event in season 9, chapter 1, season 9, and they brought it back for this week, for this event. And then we also had the Dragon Ball Z skins confirmed to an extent. Apparently we're getting Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus. I don't know if I said that last name correctly or not. And then the final skin is likely to be a female skin, but we don't know who it is yet. I personally have never really watched Dragon Ball Z. I did when I was a really little kid, but not at the point where I really remember anything from it. But yeah, the last skin should probably be a female character from that show. And that is basically it for this update. I'm actually pretty disappointed in the summer event. If you guys didn't play back when we had events like the season 9 summer event, for example, there was a different weapon unvaulted every day, and I think that's something that would have fit really good with this season, because a lot of people have nostalgia about the old weapons and want to use the old weapons. That has been like the biggest criticism I've seen of the game in chapter 3, and even when the season dropped, a lot of people were just immediately disappointed when the Scar wasn't in the game or when the pump shotgun wasn't in the game. Whereas if they did an unvaulting event like they did for past summer events, I think you would have given people the opportunity to use those guns, and then maybe they would have gotten over it. It's also possible that it would have made them want it even more, but the unvaulting events were always really fun. Each day we would get a different weapon unvaulted for that day. So for example, if they did something like that for this event, we could have had like the Scar today, the pump shotgun tomorrow, the auto or the tac shotgun the day after that, and then like the normal bolt action sniper the day after that. Each day there'd be a different weapon unvaulted, and then when the next weapon comes, the one that we just had would be unvaulted and we would get another one. It's not like all these weapons would add up over the course of the event. It would just be one day per weapon. And it really changed the game a lot day to day and made it really fun and really exciting to get on and see what the unvaulted weapon was going to be for that day. Like when that was going on, I feel like everybody was so excited to get on and see what the weapon was going to be and play with that weapon just for that one day. And I know, like I've already said, the weapons have been the part that a lot of people dislike most about Chapter 3. So I think having something like that would have been really fun for those players and maybe shown some of those players that, hey, like it's not as good as we thought. Like the normal AR, for example, I know a lot of people want that back, but I really don't think it would really stack up against the first person ARs we have right now or even the combat AR. I feel like a lot of people's desire for that weapon is kind of off a bit, but we didn't get something like that. Another thing they've done for events in the past is a different LTM every day. So similar to the weapons, there'd be a different LTM featured every day. And I don't care as much about LTMs, but it was still something that was like fun to get on and see what the LTM was going to be that day. And it definitely helped keep the game fresh because the LTMs do play out very differently than like how the normal game plays out. But instead, they didn't really do anything. We got some challenges, some cosmetics, but there's not really a reason to get on with this summer event. I feel like kind of how they've done in the past with like the 14 days of summer, or I think it was like the 14 days of winter or Winterfest event in the past where they've done like LTMs and weapons as well. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this update and what you think of the Prime Shotgun. Let me know what your favorite part of this update in the summer event is and what changes you would have liked to have seen. I think a lot of people really would have liked to have seen a different weapon unvaulted every day, especially like newer players and people who played back then. For new players, it'd be like a brand new weapon every day. And for people who played back then, there's obviously nostalgia. But let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.